Hello, I'm Lauren from the Student Learning Support Service. Today we are going to talk about noun clauses. But first, let's quickly recap. Now, our complex sentences are those that join an independent and one or more dependent clauses together. And hopefully you've already watched the videos on complex sentences and on adverbial clauses, which is the first type of dependent clause. For example, the students went to class because they wanted to learn. And relative clauses, the students who went to class wanted to learn. Noun clauses are our third type of dependent clause, and that's what we're going to focus on today. But first, another recap. So noun phrases, I talked about this in the last video. Hopefully you've already watched that. A noun phrase is a group of words that function as a noun or pronoun in the sentence. For example, I saw the woman in the purple dress at the bakery yesterday, or the development of the new community centre is going really well. Now, what you'll notice about these noun phrases is that yes, the entire phrase does take the place of a noun, and I can replace it with a pronoun. I saw her at the bakery yesterday. Now, what you might notice here is that as these are phrases, they do not contain that same subject-verb relationship that we have when we have a clause. So the phrase, the woman in the purple dress, it has nouns, it has adjectives, it has a preposition, but it doesn't have the subject and verb. For that, I need to go to I saw. Those exist, however, outside of the phrase itself. A clause, meanwhile, does have a subject and verb, and so that is what distinguishes a noun phrase from a noun clause. But let's have a look a little bit deeper. So a noun clause is a type of dependent clause that also, just like a phrase, acts as a noun in the sentence. So she knows where the money is hidden, for example. The clause is where the money is hidden. And you'll notice that this time I do have a subject, the money, and a verb, is, which is what distinguishes this from a noun phrase. So noun clauses are usually formed by using words such as that, what, where, when, who, why, wherever, or whoever. The list goes on. And this is the word that joins that independent and dependent clause together. And just like any noun, the noun clause can be the subject, the object, or the complement of the sentence. The complement is the finished idea of the sentence, the thing that makes the sentence complete. So in the subject position, it might be whatever you want is fine by me. Whatever you want is a noun clause. We have our subject, you, and our verb, want, and as a whole clause, it acts as the subject of this entire sentence. I could, of course, replace this with a pronoun. It is fine by me. It can also be the object in a sentence. You can choose whichever flavour of ice cream you want. Again, it has its own subject, you, its own verb, want, but in the context of the entire sentence, it's in the object position. You, the subject, can choose what you want, and that is what you want, the ice cream, object. And it can be the complement of the sentence. Remember, this is the thing that finishes the idea. So Michael's excuse was that he had forgotten to set his alarm. This is completing the action, completing the idea of this sentence. Noun clauses can also be the object of a preposition, as in the thing that preposition is joining to the other clause. So Josie is not interested in whatever Kyle has to say. Again, whatever Kyle has to say is a single and unified idea that I could replace with a pronoun. Now, noun phrases are very useful in our academic writing, particularly when we are introducing or defining and clarifying ideas. So we use them often following a reporting verb when we are stating important information. Verbs like show, demonstrate, indicate, state, suggest, believe, find, or say. For example, Bartlett's research demonstrates that material in long-term memory interacts in interesting ways. Noun phrases can also follow certain adjectives to help us qualify that information. So help us understand how important it is or where it fits. Words like apparent, certain, clear, true, well known, critical, desirable, noteworthy, doubtful, or vital. For example, it is evident that students who learn vocabulary improve their writing. So knowing how to use noun clauses will make your academic writing more precise, more informative, and more succinct. And if you know the differences between noun phrases and noun clauses, you can employ both of them in your writing to make it sound more impersonal, get that really good academic tone, add some creativity, enliven the structures of your sentences so that they're not always sounding the same, and of course, learn how to contain lots of information, which is really what our noun clauses are great for bringing lots of information together in a succinct and clear way that links it to exactly what we're talking about. So this is the last in our clauses sort of series. So if you haven't already, make sure you look at adverbial clauses and relative clauses. And that's it from me. Good luck. I will see you next time.